Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome along to what is episode 13 of this survival series, Project Survive. So welcome. Now what have we been up to in between episodes? Well, I've been busy. I have put together the entire of this top layer up here. Now this is going to be the village layer, and maybe a few small farms on it. And as you can see, I've started to map out where some of the villagers will go. So the plan, like it is down below, is to have 4 arms. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For all the different types of villagers. Now I'll have 1 arm, don't know which one yet, entirely dedicated to librarians. That's one of the most important ones for me. Which means I'll get, what's about 40, maybe 50 villagers, all librarians in there. I think I'll get about 50 in an arm. Then I'll have each other arm divided into 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, for all the other villager types. Basically to farm emeralds and those sorts of things. I'm going to do a similar decoration scheme, I think, to the one down below. These oak stairs will be replaced by quartz stairs. Some of this dirt will be replaced with probably white concrete, same as before. And the way, well, this dirt here will be the workstations. Now these scaffoldings represent where the villagers will go. Now you see I've lined them up right next to each other. Now the plan is, well, I haven't decided yet. One of 2 things. Either they're separated by trapdoors, vertical trapdoors between the 2, or I stand them on triple carpets. Now if you don't know, a triple carpet, that's 3 carpets stacked one on top of the other. Means that any mob can't pathfind on it. I think I'm going to go with that, because I do have the string farm, so I can get loads and loads of wool and loads of carpet. But if that doesn't work, I will go for trapdoors. So, the next stage for me is to build up all of these arms, so that I've got all the slots ready for the villagers all to come in, and put some workstations down. I'll then, well, go and grab some villagers and build up sort of a zombie purification death chamber thing to make the villagers give me cheapest trades, but that's a bit later on down the line. For now, it's resource gathering and building up these arms. Now you might notice in the background, you might have been wondering, what are these strange structures? Well, that one I'll talk about in just a second, but these are my villager cells. And as you can see, I've already got 1 or 2 villagers in here. Now, each of these is, what, 14 long? Something like that. But yeah, so they'll hold 14 villagers each, 1 of each type. Over here, and on this side, I've got 4 of the same for all the librarians, so I can get as many enchanted books as I really need. Now, the question about that other box is this dude. There's a zombie in here. I've captured him and given a helmet, so he's not going to despawn. Let's just box him in a little bit more. But this zombie is going to be used to convert all of these villagers into zombie villagers. Now, you might ask why? Why on earth do I want to hurt my zombie villagers? Well, once they're converted, all I have to do is throw a splash potion of weakness and give them a golden apple. And they'll convert back into normal villagers. And when that happens, their prices get lowered. So instead of costing 20 string for an emerald, this might cost, I don't know, 8 string for an emerald. Which means I can get emeralds way, way faster. Same over here. Instead of 7 raw pork chops for an emerald, it'll cost me maybe 1. But the best one is for iron, I think. Now, all of these over here, these ones over here. Nope. Nope. Ah, it's their second tier trades. So, the armourers here, the weaponsmiths and whichever the other ones are, weaponsmiths and toolsmiths, they all have an iron trade on their second tier. Which means I can get 1 emerald for every iron. And since I have a super fast iron farm already down here, well, producing cats as well, is it just down there? I'm basically getting 3 emeralds. So the plan is now to go around and carefully take this zombie, the one with the helmet so he doesn't burn in the sun, and let him kill some of these villagers, and then let me re-heal them. There we go. And it's happened. That took a little longer than it should have done to try and get that zombie in the back. Get the zombie behind those villagers and get him to convert. But it's done now. So, next stage. Weakness potion. 2 golden apples. Actually, I should try and get that zombie out of the way first. Otherwise, I'm going to hit it with a weakness potion. Let's see if we can draw it back this way. There we go. Just while he's there safe for a bit. Okay. Let's go. Weakness potion. 1, 2. And now we have to wait for 5 minutes. Well, there we go. Just a little bit of waiting time. Did get a little bit bored while I'm waiting, but 5 minutes and, well, it's not quite as good as I thought it might be, but still, cheaper trades, cheaper emeralds, I'm not going to complain. Now if you wonder why I do have to just stand around and wait, it's because once they're zombified villagers, it means that they'll despawn if I go too far away. And that's really not something I want to happen. So, hence the wandering around and doing pretty much nothing to waste some time. However, next plan is to take this zombie and go and do the same trick to some of the others, especially this one, the butcher's next, because, as I say, I have the Hoglin farm that's pumping out raw pork chops. So hopefully this will be a whole load of free emeralds, and the same for the iron, all the way down there. Right, well that was actually a bit more painful than I thought it was going to be. A lot of work by this dude here. I've named him the Reaper, Grim Reaper, going around and murdering all the villagers, but, you know, he did his job. As I say, it was a bit more painful. If I'm going to do this a lot more in the future, I think I'm going to have to find some better way of doing it. Maybe an automated system, where I put the villagers into some chamber, have them killed, where I can then, well, heal them before I send them off into these trading halls, especially when I've got, what's this, 56 librarians to do. That's going to be a lot of effort, given it took a good half hour, 45 minutes to do about 13 or 14 total. But that is done now, and I'm going to make use of it, starting off with some of the farmers, because I've got these pumpkins and melons here. Now they're the easiest things to farm, and probably a farm that I'm going to build as soon as possible. So I'm going to try and get some trades done to rank up these farmers. Now, for a farmer, the second stage, you have a chance of getting a pumpkin trade. That's the one I really want. And let's see, have I got the pumpkins? Yes! 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, that is the perfect trade. And there we go with the second. The next rank up, 1 melon for 1 emerald. That is just as good. I have no complaints there. Hopefully, that'll be the same for some of these other villagers. But anyway, the next one I want to go and have a look at is for the raw pork chops. As I say, pork chops is the important one here because, well, I've got a farm for them. But again, free emeralds, whole load of them. And this can be put towards these librarians a bit later, because all those enchanted books are going to be great going forward for my tools and armor sets. Okay, well I've managed to get all of the main ones done that I wanted to get done. 3 farmers. Oops, I almost hit him with the axe there. 3 farmers, this important one where I've got the pumpkin and the melon trade. As well as that, the butcher's over here with the raw pork and some of the mason, the armourer, the toolsmith and the weaponsmith. All the ones over here that are important with the iron trades. That will give me loads and loads of emeralds. Now, I did come across one particularly good trade. That's the one there. Look at that. Diamond boots with projectile protection 4, feather falling 3, unbreaking 3 and depth strider 2 for just 1 emerald. I'm not sure I could expect much better than that at all. But it's not perfect yet. So I do still need these books. I brought up, well, you can see it hiding behind there, my mending villager from downstairs. And it's now time to try and get a decent enchantment on the next villager. Now, I've put this little wooden box around him so that when I break this workstation, because at the minute it hasn't really got any good trades, when I break this workstation, it doesn't try and pick up another workstation. You can see that this is the one he's picked up at the minute, and that's what I'll be checking with. It's a data pack from Vanilla Tweaks. I really recommend it. Really useful, especially for stuff like this. As I say, I need to go and grab that lectern. Can I see the villager? No. Multi-shot, no thank you. Don't really want that one. We'll just put that there for now. Why can I not? There we go. Nope. Curse of Vanishing, nope. Frostwalker 2, no. I've just thought there's definitely an easier way to do this. Hang on. Let me grab some slabs and put a slab above his head. That'll stop him walking out instead of me having to keep replacing all of those. What's that up there? All those blocks. Nope, nothing there. Let's see how long this is going to take to get something useful, eh? Ooh. Fortune 3 isn't bad at all. As you can see, I've got... Oh, no, not on this pickaxe, the one downstairs. I've got the Fortune 3. Do I keep that? I think that might be one that I'd try and keep. Have I got some emeralds on me? No, that was a bad idea. Let me go and grab some emeralds. I think there's some here. Yes. And we'll get that trader locked in. There we go. So now I've bought something from it. It's not going to change its trade. Obviously we can upgrade some of these librarians later on down the line and get some more trades further on. But for now, that's our fortune villager. I think at some point I might put some signs above these to remind me that's mending. Whoops. And that's fortune up there. Because I will definitely forget. Well, this one hurts. I'm working on my 3rd villager here. And the first thing that comes up is mending. You know how long it took to try and get mending on that other villager there? But the other one is selling at me for 10 emeralds. This one's 12, so never mind. Anyway, let's keep going to see what better I can get. Okay, well, 2 more villagers down. We've got one here that's maybe useful. Respiration 3 to put on my helmets. But the other one is giving me for 45 emeralds, looting 3. Now that is expensive, so we'll probably have to introduce him to the Reaper over there. But I've run into a problem. Now all of these villagers really want paper as their other trade. And while I do have a little sugarcane farm, it's not really churning out as much paper as I need it to. You can see it just here. It's only, what's that, 9 crops I think? 7 crops? Something like that. Really not good enough for what I need. Also, sugarcane is going to be used, well, the paper anyway, for rockets, something else that I have very, very little of. There we go, I've got about a stack. But I've also run out of gunpowder. Now those two things are for rockets, and honestly, I'm going to need farms for both of those. For now, I think I want to build... I'm in the mood for a mob farm. So I'm going to go find a spot out in the ocean, probably over there, and build up a huge mob farm that will produce all of bones, string, gunpowder, rotten flesh, all of the key stuff that I'm going to need heading forward, in particular that gunpowder for these rockets. Well, I've picked my location for the mob farm out here in the middle of the sea, and I've started to build up the first layer. This design, you've probably seen it, I've been using it for, well, a long time now. It's by Nembomb MC, one of the easiest and simplest starter mob farms anyway. You can make way, way bigger ones than this. But I'm just going around very, very carefully taking out this line of blocks, because update the wrong one and the water sources will flow out the other way and basically ruin your design. As you can see, they're almost magic. These are source blocks here, and you'd expect them to be flowing this way off the side of the dirt, but thankfully, given the way I've done it, they only flow into the middle. Hopefully, as I now go around and update by removing these dirt blocks, there we go, the magic sources stay in place. Anyway, I'm going to carry on building this, and we'll hop into a time lapse. And there we are. You can just about see behind me. All of the layers have been finished being built up. And I think it's time for a quick test. Let's turn on the farm and expect a whole load of lag as all this water flows out. I'm just going to watch it from this side. Yep, the water's flown down. All the lighting updates as all the torches get washed away. And I'm just waiting for this clock to tick down. There we go. You can see there it's all dark. There should be mobs spawning. And the water there will flush the mobs. Perfect. Flushing the mobs onto the bottom where they drop all the way down. I'll watch one more. There we go. The water's gone away again. Some mobs spawning, and the water should turn up and flush them in just a few seconds. There's the water. And there's a zombie down there. Anyway, I'm going to head up to the AFK spot, all the way up to the top, where I can unload the water down the bottom and get some more mobs spawning inside the farm to increase its rates. And I'll sit here for maybe, I don't know, half an hour, test it, and see what happens. Check that it's all working properly. Hopefully, I'll have a load of gunpowder and bones and all that good stuff that I've been waiting for. Well, I've been here now for maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Not sure it's quite more than that, but let's go and switch off the farm and see just how many drops we've got. There we go, I think that's off. Let's just check it turns itself off. Yep, that's stopped. Ah, okay. There's one thing to do. I need to go and trigger all of the dispensers because I want the off state to have water on there, otherwise mobs will be spawning there. But anyway, let's go and have a look. Yeah, as you can see, I don't want those mobs to be spawning when I'm not in the farm. Oh. Well, that's how it works. Wow. As I get knocked off by a skeleton. That's a lot more than I thought I would have. That gunpowder is immense for me. As I say, for all the rockets that I need, I'm down to my 2 final rockets. That's couldn't have come sooner. A few things from witches as well. And the arrows is always a good thing. Okay, well, I think this needs a sorting system, and those changes to the off state up there. I might also add some campfires here, because I'm worried that, say, a mob spawns with a feather falling boots on it, but it won't take the damage it needs to. I'm thinking I put some campfires here, so they just burn as they land, just in case. And maybe a wall around, because you saw there were some bones in the sea there. I don't want to leave items lying around where it's causing lag. But anyway, I think we need to head off, back home, and there's one thing that I need to do before I end this episode, and it's to do with that wall just there. Oops, let me go in and grab some cactus. If you don't already know what it is I'm about to do, then I have been effectively marking off all the different farms that I want to create in this season, or in this playthrough anyway. And is it green? Yeah. And I have them all on this board over here. Oh, I messed up my last rocket. Never mind. It'll be a slow swim over to the board. But one of the big farms that I really wanted to do was this hostile mob farm. And as you can see, it's now green. I've completed it. I've done that hostile mob farm over there, out of render distance, alongside my chicken farm and my egg farm. And of course the string farm. I've got leather on here as well. No. But anyway, that's excellent, excellent progress for today. I'm very, very happy. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.